Roach Clip Daily News for January 29th, 2019. Damn, we're already almost a month into 2019, Franco. We got a special guest, Franco, sitting in on the news today.
602.
On this day in 2002, George W. Bush coins the term axis of evil as part of his State of the Union address, describing regimes that sponsor terror, which include Iraq, Iran, and North Korea. So that was one of his terror terms to scare the shit out of people.
A lot of this shit started.
Well, let's go with the guest of honor. What do you got on the docket?
Oh, you want me to start things off?
Start things off.
So the first one I got is
let them know who you are real quick.
Oh yeah.
Where can they reach you at?
I'm Franco _ 602. That's my Instagram. I'm here representing myself, but from KDIF, where Roach Clip does their show every Saturday. So tune in.
5 to 7.
5 to 7. We're not dropping blunts there.
Good thing I was out of frame.
Stopped in, got the invitation, so here I am. Couple news stories. The U.S.
Hit them with one.
The U.S. has slipped out of the top 20 countries for worldwide corruption in the Worldwide Corruption Index, meaning they have become more corrupt.
For real?
Yeah, they become more corrupt.
I thought you meant less.
Last, me too.
No, yeah, it's the wording's very weird. The way they do it, but
clickbait.
Yeah, right. But the U.S. has plummeted, dropped 7 points.
Ooh.
It's the lowest they've been since for 7 years. And now they're officially out of the top 20.
What kind of corruption does this measure?
So what this comes, basically what ends up happening is the low score comes at a time when the U.S. is experiencing threats to its systems of checks and balances. Conflict of interest wasn't a problem because a lot of people want to point the finger at Trump, but it's just
Can't blame him for everything.
kind of. I mean, we've been going down the slope for a long time. Let's see.
So what kind of corruption do they measure?
So what they're basically talking about was the research marks a clear link between having a healthy democracy and successfully fighting public sector corruption. And I'll get to that question real quick. Hold on, lost my space.
No, you're good. Check out Franco _ 602 on Instagram.
Get the best mustache tips around.
KDIF 1029. And he's about to answer our question, I think.
No, it's not on here. It was on here. I lost it. Let me watch the video. No. But what they basically talked about, what was really interesting is what happens when democracies and essentially the elite come in and they could exploit smaller organizations, groups and whatnot. But it's basically, and what I took away from it is we're seeing a lot of that now. We're seeing a lot of the liberal, the left that are taking control over like oppression. It's over oppression over the people, and it's selling oppression back to them. I was trying to find that actual code in here, but it's not in here. But we go ahead and go on to the next one.
Big elites.
I just thought that was really interesting.
It is.
All right, we got a little finance here.
Be more corrupt.
We got some finance news.
Also, yeah, we've got market watchers are starting meetings today, keeping a close eye on a round of talks between the United States and China. U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer and Chinese Vice Premier Liu He. So they're scheduled for later this week. The meeting is aimed at a resolution between the U.S. and China trade war that's currently happening. So for investors, this means the 2-day meetings will be between the Federal Reserve, and that starts today.
Right.
And so everyone will be watching that to see what's expected, to shine light on our financial future and monetary policies here in the good old U.S.
What is the deficit right now? Has it gone down, or are we gone bigger, deeper into the hole? Have we gone
They say the economy has lost, I think, $11 billion due to the shutdown. But that's the only stat
I heard house prices are dropping dramatically recently, just recent, bro. Because they were fucking hiked up like a motherfucker, bro. Even to move in the hood, you had to spend 300 G's.
There's a trade how you can work your whole life, save everything, and do all that. And if these guys mismanage deals and shit like that, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
All that currency can just become nothing overnight one day.
So is that good news for our economy? What you just told us?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, basically, they're not expecting interest rates to change. But after the meeting, the Fed chief Jerome Powell will hold a news conference, so that'll kind of tell us what we're looking at policy-wise coming up.
I like that.
Going to happen this year.
And they're having the conversations. You know, that's the start. That's how we get somewhere.
What do we got, Alto Marihuano?
I got some international news, man, straight from Colombia. You know, this is from the
Letter Fanatic on Instagram.
Letter Fanatic. There you go, Alto. But this is
country.
from the NSA archive. You know, and it's .gwu.edu. And the NSA archive, they release they petition for articles to get declassified, so we get declassified documents of the Freedom of Information Act on this site. So you'll go on here and you can read up on all kinds of stuff from all kinds of eras, man. It's a trip. The things.
So what happened with the bananas?
So this is a Chiquita 13, and it's they have the banana executives with Chiquita brands now subject of a major criminal investigation in Colombia, where they were instrumental in the development and execution of company policies surrounding secret payments to Colombian guerrilla and paramilitary groups.
To ship that shit?
Well, I don't know. They were paying them for something, so obviously, you know, they're paying them millions and millions
I remember
of dollars,
they were shipping their coke in banana crates.
So, you know, according to an article and web
Cocaine
posting
cowboys.
published today by the National Security Archive. But it also says that among the highlights of the post, it's the former Benedict security manager Buitrago was a central player in the paramilitary payments operation, man. So this guy was an executive from like 1990 something to 2006, and he was responsible he executed the payments to FARC and all these groups.
Paramilitary
That NATO and all these what's the council?
The UN.
The UN, the United Nations. If you deal with any of these groups, you get a $25 million fine.
Wow.
You know, so it's big. You know, so don't do it.
It's like stealing cable.
It does say Benedicts, though. But anyway.
It is. Banana dicks. Baltimore prosecutors will no longer prosecute marijuana possession. That's good news.
That is
good news.
Attorney Marilyn Mosby announced today, this morning, she said there is no violent crimes associated with marijuana, which we all can agree, right? Mm-hmm. It's like it's a crazy motherfucker, not the weed doing that shit. Even though, this is her quote, even though white and black residents use marijuana at the same rates, laws disproportionately impact communities of color, she said. So she's standing up for the stoners. Baltimore can no longer get prosecuted just because you're a fucking stoner, man.
Yeah.
Good, cities are changing
Little by little. So and it's the era, bro. Like she grew up knowing that marijuana ain't gonna fuck you up, you know. It's the people from our era started to join office and shit now. Mm-hmm. All those little dweebs that we went to school with. What's up, motherfuckers? Hit him, Franco. Hit him with your next shot.
So speaking of which, it was actually a really good segue into this. So South Carolina police and doctors are fighting medical marijuana. The AG, the Attorney General out there, is actually calling it the most dangerous drug. So this isn't anything new. Let me take a hit of that before.
Yeah, you gotta hit that, bro. Before you give them the news.
So, essentially, it's the same political BS that, you know, where you got the AG, you got the police, you got a couple doctors that aren't going off of any facts. They're just going off of opinion and kind of old world sort of news and taboos. Literally they use words like stoned, high-waisted, baked, fried, cooked, chong, cheech, dope-faced, blaze, so on.
What the fuck?
Wreck.
What is this, the 70s?
Right?
Yes. Where's the dope?
Where's
the dope, you criminal? You're
saying? They follow this to say, is this consistent with something that describes a medicine? The doctor, shout out to him, yes. Dr. March Seabrook, he focused his attention on the opposition. He was talking a lot about their misconceptions. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this specifically is because that's why it's important that stuff like this that's going on whenever we talk about protests, we talk about, we see people marching and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, when we're sitting here smoking and we're talking about stuff like that, we're obviously not the dangerous criminals. And it's actually good stuff that's going on, real positive work.
Roach clip.
But I thought that was really interesting that they're, even in South Carolina, when they're talking about the rest of the country is going progressive more than 50%.
Going backwards.
Right? And how they're still in that. So
that's backwards thinking.
I think one of their mayors or governors was opposing clean energy over there. Reusable solar power. Mm-hmm. And his reason for objecting it was because he didn't want to drain the sun's energy.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
He thought if we used too much solar panels that we would have drained the sun's energy, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'll be some shit. We could drain the sun's energy.
He gets voted into office.
We're fucking Thanos.
But here's a good thing, though, is 15 South Carolina lawmakers, including many Charleston County legislative delegations, they sponsored a bill to add it to the growing list. So this is just more opposition that's going on, but it's just interesting that
it ain't going nowhere, dog.
It's all just fluff, yeah.
Yeah, it's all fluff. What do we got, Miguelito?
See, we have Royal Rumble in town this weekend. So,
I seen that.
Shout out to all the wrestlers for coming through and visiting the Children's Hospital in Phoenix. They went out there and played games with the kids. That was pretty cool.
I seen a bunch of people on my feed where they're live.
Yeah, it looks like, I'm sure it got a lot of views all over the world. It's a huge event. But they had Charlotte Flair and Big E. I don't know a lot about wrestlers, but they were out at the hospital. So
who won the Royal Rumble?
Saw them having a good time. Seth Rollins was the winner, and also Becky Lynch.
Damn, I don't know any of these wrestlers.
So yeah, again, I don't know, but
there's Mankind.
I love Mankind.
Back in 1998,
the Mandible Claw. The Mandible Claw.
Mick Foley.
Don't bring your wife around me.
Besides that, it's cold everywhere except here in Arizona. So enjoy the weather out there. If you're out hiking, though, be careful of rattlesnakes. We get a lot of people bit by rattlesnakes, and apparently a lady in Australia had one come up through the toilet. So the snake catcher company, they actually have a company for that. So they have to come through. And,
right on the ass.
They posted on Facebook today that they had the lady. They basically say stand up and close the lid and just call them. But basically she got bit right on the butt.
Oh man, that sucks.
And just had small puncture marks, no big deal. But we saw that on Facebook and it was funny.
Damn. Shout out to Reynolds or whoever the fuck won that Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah,
Reynolds Creations. Shout out to Reynolds Creations for winning the Royal Rumble.
Make up some furniture.
Accessories, Reynolds Creations.
Deli, and we're gonna have Deli every day. He dropped the song every day in 2018. Tonight live on Instagram at 7 p.m. Get your popcorn. Get your Heinlein, do some roach clip and chill, Send us pics of you guys having fun with our pictures in the background. You'll get a bonus package in the mail, I promise you that.
There you go. Laced up Louis packs in the mail.
The Heinleins will get a nice little outfit, and the Vatos will get the Fifi pack, the roach clip Fifi.
Just post a pic.
It all comes in here.
All you gotta do is post a pic of you watching us on Instagram.
However you want. You could be naked.
Watching us. Doesn't matter.
You could be a girl or a guy.
Yeah.
Fat or skinny.
Or both.
And then you'll get a laced up package in the mail.
Yeah, so give it to them, Alto.
So here we go. So it's a 78-year-old Havana resident named Pepe Casanas, man, stings himself every month with scorpion venom. And he's saying his natural remedy is no longer very unusual here anymore because researchers in Cuba have found that venom of the blue scorpion, whose scientific name is Rhopalurus, endemic to the Caribbean island, appears to have anti-inflammatory and pain relief properties.
I like that.
And may be able to delay tumor growth in some cancer patients.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
So we're seeing some major stuff. Remember Obama last time in his presidency, he made a connection with Cuba because Cuba has been using this pancreatic cancer treatment that has been working over there.
And he used Just for Men.
And for new.
Fun fact.
Although that whatever you may think of Cuba's government and the way that they're ran and shit and their views politically, there are some smart people down there.
They have some of the best doctors,
and
actually.
there are some people that are doing
Best
extraordinary things in the conditions that they have to live in communism, man. And it's a trip, but people can do in the struggle.
is.
And I think that's like where you get the best work and the best breakthroughs is people
Yeah,
who are really in the struggle.
opening up and the trade agreements we can make now. Hopefully that'll change in the next couple of years,
Yes.
and that place will thrive again.
And we can
It
link
used
up.
to be a destination that from people around the world love to visit Cuba.
You could go now, right? We
I
could
think
visit.
that I don't know if we have to have a visa or
I think so,
if
but
we're wide open.
We have to work towards being able to go anywhere on the planet as a human being.
I'll make it in
regardless of who you
Cuba.
are.
Give me a nice little fucking Fidel hat.
a little bit, get him a little coconut drink.
Yeah.
And talk
There you
about
go.
curing the tumor. Israel
Is cura
scientists.
cruda?
Cure cruda, son clamato.
I heard
There
about
you go.
this. This
Israel
is good.
scientists claim they will have the cure for cancer within a year.
Ooh.
The new treatment is being developed by Accelerated Evolution Biotechnologies under the leadership of Lam Morad. Damn, so these Israel dudes say they have a cure, bro, within a year.
When I read it, I thought it was clickbait at first.
We believe we will offer in a year's time the complete cure for cancer, said Dan Arador, chairman of the company's board. So
It should be
pretty
something.
cool.
within the year, bro, they're pretty confident to come
Yeah.
up with that info.
Yeah, when I saw that was the headline.
Yeah, the treatment is called Mutato, Mutato. It will use a combination of cancer-targeting peptides. What's a peptide? Peptides and a toxin that will
Peptides are in
specifically kill cancer cells.
Nice.
Interesting.
I guess peptides are in your blood, right? I don't know.
I don't know what a
think so.
I
peptide
don't
is.
remember
Look
what
it
our
up.
hemoglobins and what our but peptides are in your blood, in your cells, I
Something like that.
think.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but dude, that's a
But
big
they're going
claim.
to find a way to clean them up or make them kill cancer cells.
That's a
or
big claim, bro.
something.
That
Yeah.
you could,
1 year.
man,
1
well,
year.
fucking thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful January 29th. Hell yeah, Tuesday, right?
It is still Tuesday, and man,
Make sure to tune in at 7 p.m. We're going to have Deli every day. Go check out his page. Go
Every
check out his
day.
music. He just dropped a new music video today with
Yeah.
Debo, the real fucking Debo, on his
Right.
video. We're going to have that Vato here explain to us how he linked up with Debo and how much it cost him to get him on that video. And shit.
Yeah, we'll get the inside scoop on how that video came to be.
And how he fucking dropped a song every day in 2018. That alone is
that.
big news. Go
Yes.
check him out. Hardest working fucking hip hop artist in Arizona and maybe
Yeah,
the country last
And you
year.
know how we get down, so we're gonna have some questions in there that nobody else has ever asked.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's really gonna.
We're gonna give him the rapid 10.
And the
so
burpees and shots,
help
so we'll
writing
put his
that right
brain
now.
power to the test, you know, all that shit.
So yeah, join us. I'm gonna defend my title. I promise.
Cool.
Burpees or shot is mine
Getting
this
one
week.
tonight. I'm
I
getting
promise.
one
I
tonight.
promise. Thank you guys for
Fuck
joining
that.
us. This is Roach Clip Daily News. Goodbye.
Peace.
goodbye and good night.
I like that kiss. I stole that from Miguelito.
Stole it from Ric Flair.
Yeah, we steal everything
Nature
from him.
boy.
I
Tricky
think
Rick.
we stole everything from Ric Flair.
It's a nature boy.